How you doing, neighbors? I hope you're doing well on this Monday. Very hot Monday here in the Northwest. Uh, First, I want to, I have my notes. I want to welcome my neighbors over the United Kingdom. How you doing, neighbors? Welcome to this interested channel. I hope you like it, and I hope that you come and visit me more often. Also, a welcome to my neighbors over Canada. Canada is just a handshake away from where I am. So thank you, neighbors, for coming over, vecinos, and visiting me. Thank you again. In another note, my back pain is back. I've been dealing with my back pain this weekend again since Friday, and it's been bothering me a lot. And I have to wait. I think my appointment, I don't know if it's this month coming or next month coming. They're pretty booked, so I have to wait. And yeah, that's just another pain, to wait. Also, remember that I want to talk to you about how FND affects the brain like an overprotecting mother. That's because it is. it's a little frustrating for us because we're like we're independent, and now we have the brain doing things that it don't give us the freedom that we used to have. So that's very frustrating. But it's like, like a mother when they see the child running in the street and then she's yelling and running after, like, don't do it, and it brings the kid back. Or like sunblock, the mother come and put sunblock on you, and you don't like the feeling of the sunblock, but you have to wear it because the sun, you have to be careful. Or, little things like, don't eat it, it's still hot, you have to blow it, that's very, very protecting mother. So the brain is protecting us from whatever things that is going to harm us, walking, talking, doing whatever you used to do, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, like buttoning your clothes, things like that is making it very difficult. So but I find out something very interesting. I was watching TV the other day, and there was this doctor talking about it's called TLE. TLE is the temporal lobe, which controls the memory, emotions, and sensory processing. Let me put my glasses. I'm struggling. So James broke it. Also, the TLE seizures. The TLE. The seizures can affect, like I said, emotions and short-term memory. It can also make you cause odd feelings like fear, joy, or deja vu. Look who's visiting. I'm making tea this time. We're gonna drink tea. Yay! Okay. So give me a minute. They can see you. James is trying to stop the microwave from beeping, and it's gonna show his butt. I'm drinking ginger tea this time because ginger is good for your it's a great disinflammatory. This, and I don't know if you heard about what is the name of this? Tamarind is a tropical fruit. I mean, I think it's fruit because, like, we use it for candy, we use it for drinks, we use it pretty much for everything. I'm gonna show you. I have some already in a bowl. Don't get grossed out, okay? You can laugh. I'm gonna show you what that looks to you. This is the tamarind, the fruit, okay? Um, um, I'm resting it in water because I want to lose up the the fruit because I'm gonna make either drinks or candy. There I go with the candy. It's really good. It's a really good. It's sweet and it's sweet and a little acidy. If you like acid fruits, that's a good drink. It's kind of like the ginger too. Ginger, I feel like it's a little bit acid, but the acid, that's what makes you help yourself with the uh a disinflammatory. I'm sorry, I can't even keep up with my brain. So I'm drinking tea this time. So tea lovers, cheers, salud, uh, skål, whatever it is you're cheering. Have a cup on my behalf too, or coffee. I've been craving coffee, but I'm not drinking it today. I couldn't sleep last night, and I drink decaf because the same reason I can sleep even with decaf. It's just. Anyways, let me not get out of the wagon. What I was talking to you about the temporal. It's called the TLE, which is the temporal lobe epileptic. I think is what it is. Hang on. The temporal lobe epilepsy. They're fighting for the food. And I get distracted so easy. Let me be serious. This is very important, this information. So that's apparently what make us have, deja vu and weird feelings, fear, it also is called the TLE also include focal aware seizures called auras, and that's what people who suffer from FND, we call it auras, when you know that you're gonna have a non-epileptic seizure, like the seizures that we have is functional seizures, it's called now. Some people, when I was in the group chat, some people seen colors before they're gonna have a seizure. Like some people pick up one color coming at them, like they can see the color and they know they're gonna have a seizure. This is very important. I don't see a color. Like if you remember, I have a seizure once when I was making a video. When my seizures are coming, I'm feeling weak, and like I start sweating, like cold sweats, and then I can feel the tremors coming from inside out. That's how I feel my seizures coming. I guess that's what is an aura, because you feel it when it's gonna come. So yeah, and I forgot to take my braces. I'm gonna drink it. I just don't want you to hear that sound. But yeah, and then another thing, I hope that helps. Another thing, FND not just affects adults, is more common on teenagers. Teenagers are the number one getting functional. Oh God, my brain. FND, suffering from FND, and when I mentioned that my FND apparently is from childhood trauma, when I mentioned my doctor, then why it didn't manifested when I was a child, that's the thing that I don't understand, why I didn't get FND during that time. So she was just, maybe your brain was protecting you during that time, and then now it's just, now that I'm a grown-up, I'm suffering from it. But I think that has to do also with, I was going through a lot of stress during that time when I got diagnosed. There was a whole line of stress for years, and I think I got a breaking point, and that add to all the things that I had before. So it's just like I said, the brain is it's like space. It's like the ocean. Is so much to be discovered still. That they have studied a small portion, and it's still a whole bunch of space in there that it needs to be studied. That's what doctors I guess they still study brains, because there's different people, different things that they find out in their brain. But I don't want to donate my brain. Sorry. So it's not good for you. Okay. Oh my God. I was gonna say another thing, but my mind keeps leaving me. Okay. So about the teenagers that they suffer. Oh, okay. When I was in another support group this weekend, and there were 10 people in the chat, and this time she was a therapist in there. Sometimes we have another person who suffers from FND, and she is, gathering people so we can all talk about what we're going through, or if we can help each other with new information or whatever symptoms that we are having, But this time it was a therapist in there in the group, and people were talking about their conditions, and then at the end of the chat, she just mentioned, did anyone else has a question? So I said, yeah, I have a question. I said, does anybody else suffer from tics? Because every time I'm on a chat support group, my tics ramp up. Like they go ballistic. I can't stop shaking. My head keep bouncing. It's just it's wacky. I guess because I'm hearing what's going on with the FND, and it's traumatic for my brain to hear that. I don't know. I start bouncing back and forth, and it's too much pain. But only one person, nobody has tics. Nobody suffered from tics out of these 10 people that were there. Just me. But one lady said that she was there for her teenage daughter. She said that she suffered from tics before FND. So that's the thing, that she had it before, and then she still have it now. Now she's been diagnosed with FND. So that is important. Maybe that was manifesting before she developed FND. Is this another thing that she was like, yeah, tics are common in FND. So, but in the group, it was just me suffering from the tics, plus the lady who has a teenage daughter. But yeah, I don't want to keep you, neighbors. Thank you for coming over. I hope this was helpful. And before I go, I want to show you. Remember that I have my succulent that it was dying, that I was just like, oh, I hope it doesn't die. Look at that. She's coming back. But you know what I did? It was just my last, I hope that you can see it. It was just my last hope for her. My hand is so shaky, I'm sorry. I hope you can see it. I give it Miracle Grow. I dilute powder Miracle Grow for some plants that they needed. And I was just like, I'm just going to give it a try and see if that can help. And it did help. Look at that. It came back. It even has fuzzy tips. I don't know if you can see it. Look at that beauty. And it's growing. It was just like this one, remember? It was just like that. This one didn't make it, and that one. So it's just this one. So I hope it keeps growing, and I can get more. So, but that's it, neighbors. Thank you again. And I'll be seeing you next Monday, God willing. And take care. Adios.